Here are the ingredients for the Morel potato soup. We have 2 cups of chopped onion, 2 cups of celery with the tops. The tops are the part of the celery that has the most flavor. We have herbs from my herb garden, fresh herbs. We have garlic, about a ½ pound of diced bacon, half and half, bay leaves, pepper, butter, chicken broth. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the star attraction. The beautiful, the sought after, the delightful Morel mushrooms. Oh, look at the size of that baby. Oh yeah. Now, these are highly sought after all across the United States. They're considered a delicacy. They bring as much as $60 a pound for these. Now, in order to make your day, I'm going to tell you where my secret patch is, where I find my beautiful Morel mushrooms. Southwest Missouri. Come and get them. Okay, now to get started, I'm not gonna do any prep work on camera because I hate watching cooking videos where the people spend 5 minutes dicing a potato. So, and that reminds me, the base of the soup is diced potatoes, which I've got in some salt water, and I'll bring them over in a second. And we'll continue on with this. I'm gonna prep my herbs and tune in again next week. Okay, it's showtime here. I'm gonna start by frying this bacon, these bacon bits. Rendering the fat out of them. Should take a few minutes. I'm not going to bore you with watching bacon fry, but I will encourage you to smell it. It's delicious. The bacon, you might be able to see this, the bacon is nice and brown, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off the heat here and drain it on some paper towels, because we're not going to use the bacon right away. We're going to save it till right at the end when the soup's just about done, and we're going to sprinkle it on the top, kind of as a garnish. But I wanted to get this bacon fat because I'm going to cook some other things in that. You'll see in just a moment. Okay, while the bacon is sitting there driving my beautiful and lovely assistant, I'll show you my beautiful and lovely assistant. Is the smell of this bacon is driving her wild. Here she is, the lovely, the talented Miss Kitty. Okay, back to the work at hand. Get off of me, cat. All right, now I'm gonna put the onions in. We want to cook them till they're translucent. Beautiful smell. Starting to turn translucent. In order to bring out the flavor of the herbs, I'm going to go on and put them in there. And that heat from that grease will bring out the flavor. We're going to also add about 2 tablespoons of garlic. Love garlic. A little bit of black pepper, not a lot. And let that cook down. All those herbs just smell wonderful. There's nothing like fresh herbs out of the kitchen garden. Okay. Be back with you in just a moment. Okay, I hope this video is turning out. I got 2 tablespoons of butter and put in these onions just before I take them off. I'm going to remove them from the heat, set them aside, and I'm going to reincorporate the onions, the garlic, the herbs, spices, and all into the potato stock when I get it ready. Okay, in goes the 6 or 7 cups of diced potatoes, and I've got about 4 cups of chicken stock here. Okay, once your potatoes are starting to get tender, not fully tender, but starting to get tender, we'll add back the onions, garlic, and herbs that we sauteed in the butter fat. But we're going to save about a half a cup of the onion and herb mixture. And I'll show you why. This is what makes this soup really tasty. Continue to let the potatoes cook down until they're nice and tender. And the flavors of all the herbs, and onion and garlic and butter that I added will start to meld. And I'll be back with you when the potatoes are done. The potatoes are tender. I'm going to scoop some up and put it in a blender. Use any kind of blender you want. I just happen to have a, well, you know what it is. And I'm going to put this stuff right in there with a little bit of the juice. And I'm going to add just a tiny amount of this half and half. You can use heavy whipping cream if you want. I just don't really need it to be that rich. It's already going to be rich. I have a wardrobe malfunction here. Anyway, here we go. Pour a little bit of that in there. And the rest will go right into the soup. Bring that back up to temperature, and I'm gonna puree the potato, herb, onion mixture that I put in the blender. Now I've reduced the heat. I haven't reduced it enough to keep from burning my hands. Now, I'm going to add this puree into the soup. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the star attraction of our show, the beautiful, the delightful, the highly sought after and coveted Morel mushrooms. Now I'll continue to cook this on low heat because I don't want the half and half and all the scorch. I just want it to cook the morels. Now the morels will become tough if you overcook them. So I'm just going to let this simmer on low for a few minutes. Okay, we plate up the potato morel soup. Add a garnish of beautiful crisp bacon bits that we set aside earlier. And in response to this video, all I ask is that you thank the one who's provided it. And I'm not talking about the one who provided the video, I'm talking about the one who provides for everything.